Okay, let's talk golf. First of all, before we get to the one and done, what are you guys betting? The Rocket Mortgage Classic, Matt. Tell us about this.
Kelley, you dug in this a little bit more than I did. The Detroit Golf Club here is one thing we do know about this tournament is so this course played to be probably will be the easiest. It's been the third easiest. Like the way that it's set up, they're saying it could actually play as the easiest course on tour this year. So what we might see as a final score could be something just ridiculously low. And so when you kind of dig in here, if you're looking for what I'm putting into the model and things like that, like I'm looking for nothing but scores here. I want birdies or better. I want opportunities gained. I want par 5 scoring. I want par 4 scoring. I want all of that because this is going to be so incredibly easy. If you go back and look last year, some of the or whatever it was, 20. What was the last time this played?
So 2020 and
2020. Yeah, they played. If you go look at the stats last year from Bryson, he doesn't really even have approach shots that were like logged because he was so close to the greens every single time that he was basically just chipping in. So like there wasn't even there weren't even like approach numbers for him in this tournament. So like it's going to be short for everyone. It's going to be ridiculously short for him and for some of these other long guys and things like that. So again, I'm just going for nothing but scores. I'm not even going to play derivative markets this week. I'm going to have 3 or 4 outright bets, and that's going to be it because the range of outcomes here for these golfers. I mean, listen, Bryson won last year 2 years ago. It was a qualifier. There weren't even odds for him. Yep. Like you couldn't have bet him pre-match because he got in like the day before or something like that before the tournament, and he goes out and wins the thing
at 25 under par.
Yeah. And so for me, with the range of outcomes for this and as easy as it's going to play, and it's just going to be a ridiculous birdie fest, I'm going to look at guys with a little bit longer odds and guys that I just know score a ton and have win equity, and that's the only way that I'm going about it.
So I mean, this is the only the third year of the tournament too. So we don't have you don't have a lot of course history to rely on this, tournament history to rely on. Now it is a Donald Ross design, so that's something I took into account a little bit, but not a ton. As far as just overall course layout, so it's a par 72. We're back to that this week. 7,370 yards is what we're looking at. Greens are a mix of bent grass and POA. If that's stuff you are looking at heavily. Par 5s, we got long par 5s here, 636 yards, 552 yards, 555, 577. And then you've got short par 4s. 5 of the 10 par 4s are 450 yards or less. 3 of them are shorter than 400 yards. So a lot of that has led people to believing that big hitters are the way to go here. I definitely don't think it can hurt. The one thing to note, though, you had 1 and 2 in this tournament last year were Bryson and Matthew Wolff. They gained over 6 strokes putting on this course last season. So kind of like you said, Matt, I'm looking more at guys that can get on the green with their approach shot and sink a birdie or possibly an eagle. So that's really what I was looking
the deal with Bryson, he was so close. He was just chipping up. So, like, it doesn't surprise me that he gained on putting because he had so many short putts.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't even really hitting long irons in. I mean, he wasn't hitting irons really in at all. He was just chipping the ball up to the green. And so he was so close. Doesn't surprise me at all that's the stat.
And then this note from PGA splits over the last 2 years of the tournament, 9 of the top 20 in par 5 scoring finished T12 or better. So that's definitely something that I factored in heavily. I went, off the tee approach as we do often. Greens and regulations, I did more this week than what I normally look at. And then, like you said, Matt, a lot of the putting categories that we don't often talk about when we're talking about breaking down these golf tournaments, but opportunities gained, eagles gained, just strokes gained, putting overall are all things that I factored in. And then some of those things I talked about, strokes gained on the par 5s, par 4 scoring on between 350 to 400 yards were important to me. So that was, as far as guys that really popped up there in the model, it was Jason Kokrak, who's been on a heck of a run this entire season, Matt. I know you've won on him a couple times.
Yep.
But him and Joaquin Niemann are probably my 2 favorite plays of the week. I don't love the number on Niemann. It's where we could. This is one of those tournaments where you just look at overall odds for this tournament, and there's guys for me, Matt, where it's just tough to play at these numbers. Don't get me wrong. DeChambeau is the favorite and the rightful favorite. And if you want to tell me you're just betting him 7-1 to win it all, and that's all you're betting, fine, roll the dice with it. But I'm not betting Matsuyama at 19-1. I'm not betting Webb Simpson at 19-1. Neiman at 22-1, even a little bit of a stretch for me. But he was so high up there in my modeling that I did end up playing him. And then some other guys, some high variance guys like you kind of talked about, Matt. I went back to Grill, went back to Siwoo Kim. And then Max Homa is another guy I played here. And I threw some top 20s on him, but not much. Really went for outrights, and I sprinkled some first-round leaders in there, Matt, for same reason what you're talking about.
I'm looking at your list, and I'm so disappointed in you.
Why is that? What do you got?
Because you're missing. Where's Seabass?
Yeah, I did consider him.
Where's Seabass?
I did consider
on a course that you can go light up in a round. He's one of those guys that can shoot a 62.
Yeah, Isaiah even brought him up earlier today or yesterday.
Like
You're right.
It's funny, the 2 or 3 guys that are two of the 3 bets that I actually have in my account right now. I have Kokrak, have Homa. Both guys are super awesome par 5 scorers. Both of those guys the win equity is high as well. We've seen them win tournaments. We've already watched Kokrak win a couple of times. We've seen Max Homa win on tour as well. The only other guy that I have in the account right now, I'm going back to my boy Higo as well. Garrick Higo, a really, really, really good scoring average on par 5s as well. And then also, if you go look at his European statistics where he was winning tournaments, whatever, he also can do those super low rounds as well. He went
these
low.
Easy courses he annihilated.
Yeah, he went low overseas several different times. And so for him, really like his par 5 scoring, really like his ability to go low. So yeah, I only have Higo, Kokrak, and Homa in the account right now. The only other guys I was looking at is I know it's ridiculous to say, but I think the number on Bryson is probably fair.
I think it is too. Yeah.
And probably, you're probably not going to get a better number than that. I think he could destroy the score. I honestly think he could.
What score do you think wins this tournament?
27.
27 under.
I was going to say 24-25, but
there is a prop on this, right around 25.5, I think. So that's available to folks as well. Seabass, by the way, we should probably tell people, Sebastian Munoz.
Sebastian Munoz is the awesomest and also most frustrating guy to bet on there is on the face of the planet, because he will have one good round per
110-1 at DraftKings.
Yes, he will have one good round per tournament.
All right,
for sure.
Should we one and done this?
It's one and done. Okay, wait. So let me get these order straight. So Gill has 2.
Two and done.
So he should go 1 first. And then Matt was complaining that about going after me, so Matt will go next.
Okay.
Matt was complaining as usual. So
Matt was complaining about something? Wow. I'm going to go with the very guy that withdrew the last time. I'm going with Webb Simpson as one of my 2.
Okay.
Mateo.
Higo. Garrick Higo is my one and done this week, and also is going to win the tournament this week.
All right, I'm going to go Max Homa.
And my second one, and actually my one and done for this week, will be Jason Kokrak.
I like it.
There you go.
I hope you win one and done, because that would mean money coming my way. So I'm fine with that.
It's time to make a move and one and done. It's time to make a move.
Just go win it, Gill.
Kelly with
I'm rooting for you, actually. I'm not even rooting for me. I'm rooting for you.